Welcome to the Living Leaner and Greener channel, brought to you by Fish to Food Aquaponics.
Hi, I'm Vicki with Fish to Food Aquaponics.
And I'm Dan.
And we're here today to show you how you can grow food in your own backyard with these creative veggie boxes that my husband has made out of 55-gallon barrels that we got at a car wash for free. What he did was he made a wicking system inside the barrel. This is a actual water reservoir that the top of the barrel is cut off and inverted and put down inside here. And then the soil, there's an air space, and then there's the soil up to here. And so the water wicks up from the water from the bottom, and the roots don't stay wet, but it just stays moist. So it's a very efficient way of growing vegetables. And also this is the fill tube right here. You can have this filled with your irrigation system, or you can just pour water in this little pipe right here, and this goes all the way down to the bottom and fills up the water reservoir. So these are some of the things that we've just planted. Some tomato plants, and then these are blueberries, and we've got onions in here and strawberries down here. And so keep watching the video, and we're going to show you how to build this. Hi, this is Fish to Food Aquaponics, and today Dan is going to be showing us how to make a grow box out of a 55-gallon barrel that you can get online at Craigslist for around $10 or $15, or you can get them free from car washes, which is what we did in this case. And Dan, why don't you take it away and show us exactly what you've done?
Okay, just above this first bulging line on the barrel, I cut along here. You cut,
okay, so you with a saw.
With a hand saw.
You cut right above the top.
Yeah, it cuts easier with a hand saw, by the way. And then I remove the top.
All right.
And then we take the top, and with the hand saw we cut 8 different grooves in it along here. And I'll show you how easy it is. I'll grab my saw. So we'll just
So just a regular saw will do this?
Yes.
And you cut them down
to about right here.
About an inch above the top.
Yeah, a couple inches, yeah.
A couple inches. Okay, and then you have slots all the way around there.
We have 8 slots cut in it, right?
Okay. And you first start by washing the barrel out real good, and you use
correct.
Just water and
rinse them out.
Rinse them out.
Okay. What I've done is, after cutting the top off of the barrel, I cut slats in the side, which we've already seen previously, and I'm going to go ahead and fit this top in here. But before I do that, I just want to say that on some of these barrels on the top, since the lip is so wide, you're going to have to take either a jigsaw or a little saw like this right here, and trim some of the plastic off the edge of some of these barrels, because otherwise you won't be able to get the lid in the bottom part.
I think it was this one right here, just happened to fit perfectly.
Yeah.
It had a different kind of top, but as you can see, all the tops are different. So Dan had to trim some off of this top. Okay, there you go. Now, as you can see, the part he trimmed off, okay, now you can just take your foot and stomp it down in. And voila, you have created a water reservoir in the bottom of your barrel. That's the water in the bottom. The dirt goes on top.
Okay, now I'm going to take a piece of 4-inch pipe and a marker, and I'm going to mark where the wicking tube goes.
Okay, so you're just placing that right in the center. Are you measuring it, or you're
placing it right in the
kind of eyeballing it?
Kind of eyeballing it.
And you're going to draw a marker, a circle around where that goes. Okay.
Okay. And then we're going to take a 1/4-inch drill bit. Plug the drill in. And we're going to drill around
Okay, so you're drilling all the way around this, and then we'll come back when you're done. Okay, so now Dan is sawing between the holes. Go ahead, Dan. With the keyhole saw. Okay, and there's your hole is out. Very good. Take a little bit of brawn to do that, but it's definitely doable with a keyhole saw.
And we've also added the fill tube.
And he's added the fill tube, which is a 2-inch pipe with a, what is this fitting?
This is a 2-inch threaded male adapter.
2-inch threaded male adapter. Okay. And this comes up above your top of your dirt is going to come to about here.
Right.
Your soil. And then, so this will come up for a feeding tube. And this is where the dirt will be packed.
Water into.
Yeah. Oh.
And now we're going to put the wicking stock in the PVC wicking tube. And
okay, and you just cut the notches in the wicking tube.
So we're going to measure.
So let's show people what you did.
Okay, so
with the wicking, with the tube.
Oh.
You cut the notches in it with a jigsaw.
Yes, this is so the water can get into the wicking sock.
All right, so now you're going to take this product, which is...
this is a
show
drain.
us the product.
This is a drain sleeve.
Drain sleeve, and you get that at
Home Depot in a roll for $19.
All right, and you can make a lot of grow barrels. So you're going to cut off a length.
Yeah, so I'm going to tie a knot,
in the bottom.
into the sock, and then we're going to pull that tight. Okay. A nice little knot like that. And then I'm going to put that
goes
sock
down in that 4-inch piece of PVC pipe.
And then I'm going to cut it off.
Okay.
And then I'm going to drape it over like this. And this is the finished product. We're going to show you right here. And I leave a little bit of extra so that the sock can bulge when the soil goes in. Okay. And then I put a tag tie around it and a couple screws on either side.
So you've taken small tag ties and you've linked them together.
Yes.
And you've created a closure, a band for this.
Right.
And then you put the screws in here just to keep the tag tie from slipping off.
Correct.
So the screws just go right in. Short screws.
Right.
Short screws go right into the sides, on both sides, just to hold the tag tie on.
Right.
Okay.
And now we're going to take the tube, and it goes in this 4.5-inch hole for the 4-inch pipe.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Putting it down in there.
And it slips just like that.
Okay.
And then you're going to pack soil in here, nice and tight, and then you're going to fill all this up with soil.
Okay,
now the other thing I did was we drilled in the low area 1/4-inch holes in the low area around the fill tube, and then
over here
in this area, and I also drilled a 1/4-inch hole on either side.
Okay, so that any water that might be collecting in these low areas
Will drain.
will drain, and also it will drain right around here because this hole is not completely tight. So you don't want water sitting in here. You just want the water to wick up from here and keep the bottom
Dry.
just dry.
And then the other thing we did was on the sides, you'll see right here, about 1 1/4 inches down from the top where the soil sits.
Right.
We drilled a hole, as you can see I've outlined with a black magic marker, and we drilled that on three areas on the side of the bucket. So this creates an airspace between the soil and the water.
Okay, so you can say that about right here is the inside. Let's
Yeah.
see the inside. That's about this level
Yeah.
right here.
Right.
So you want
About an inch and a quarter.
a hole drilled about 1 1/4 inches below that, so that this from here to here is your water reservoir,
Right.
and from here to here, the top of the inside, is an airspace.
Correct.
Okay.
And
okay, so the next we will show you filling it up. So the first thing you do is you carefully fill the sock with your soil, your gardening soil. And this is where the water is going to wick up from the bottom reservoir, which is down underneath the barrel. About half of it is the water reservoir. So you're packing it down tightly, right, Dan?
not too tight.
Not too tight, okay. Okay. And what is this? What is this right here?
That's your fill tube.
That's your fill tube, and I see you've got this hooked into your irrigation system there.
Right.
Okay. And so now all you need to do is just fill this up, and the water will be contained, will fill down into the bottom of the reservoir, but you won't get root rot because the roots will not be sitting in water.
It's just going to wick up from
It's just going to wick up from here. The water will wick up from this.
Right.
Very good. So the next thing is to continue to fill this up and to plant our seedlings. And see how that goes.
Thank you for joining us on the Living Leaner and Greener channel. Stay tuned for our next video where we build a stackable strawberry grow tower.